I have two phones, and I know that might sound completely crazy, but trust me, I have a good reason for it. So I found that I was getting super distracted on my phone. I was spending a bunch of time on Instagram and other social medias, and I was just doing just random bullshit on my phone all day long. And it was such a productivity killer for me, and I was wasting so much time on it. So what did I do? Instead of getting rid of my phone, I decided to use a second one. Probably is quite confusing for you, but why do I do this? So I know this might sound like some rich bullshit, and you're probably thinking that right now. However, it doesn't have to be, you know? I'm sure everyone has an old phone lying around. This was just my old iPhone 13 that I had, so I decided to use it as my second phone. But why do I use two phones? Basically, this is my morning and night phone. So when I wake up in the morning around 5 a.m., I only have this phone. This phone is locked away and I cannot use it. So on this phone, all I have on this phone is Spotify for basically podcasts in the morning, the camera app, and the notes app. So there are absolutely no distractions on this phone. I've even blocked web browsers so I can't search anything up, go onto the YouTube website or any shit like that, right? So the only thing I can do on this phone is just listen to a podcast in the morning, set timers on it if if I need to time something. So I bring this phone to the gym because then I don't get distracted by any social media and it helps me focus a lot more. You guys need to try this. If you don't want to try this two phone thing, I get it. But just don't bring your phone to the gym. This is so important. You might come up with some excuse like, oh, I kind of need it to message. What if there's an emergency? Like, there won't be an emergency. So chances are there won't be an emergency. Obviously, you know, there's always that like tiny chance, but let's be real. For like the 1 hour that you're gone to the gym, there won't be an emergency where someone urgently needs you. So don't cope. But I'm sure you found yourself between every set, like looking at your phone, watching a few Instagram reels. I've seen my friends do it. And it's just so stupid because it's taking your focus away from the present, which is you're in the gym. You're meant to be focusing on yourself, your mind, your breathing. So if you like start staring at your phone, shallow breathing, not breathing fully, breathing deeply, and recovering from that set, you'll actually perform a lot worse and it will affect your gains. You will build less muscle. So yeah, so this phone I just use first thing in the morning from about 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. when I go to school. Then I'll switch it to this phone. And this phone just has everything on it basically, you know. I have social media, YouTube, WhatsApp, all this social platforms, everything. So this phone I use when I'm outside the house. So if I go to school, if I go out with friends, or if I go with my family, if I go on holiday, I'll have this phone. This phone is when I really need to focus, but I still can get some things done which I might need my phone for, to control my music, set timers, like I mentioned, stuff like that. And then again in the evenings, about 2 to 3 hours before I go to bed, so about 6 p.m., I'll switch back to this phone. And then I'll set it to red. So there's a setting where you can make your phone red, just like this. And it basically will help you sleep. So it's like the opposite of blue light, basically. You know, I've got a blue light there, but that's just for the video. But what the red light will do is it will still emit a bit of blue light. Obviously it's a screen, but it will reduce a lot and you won't get any of the effects of like blue light blocking you from being able to sleep effectively and everything like that. So I really recommend you enable the setting. It's just color filters and then set it to red. And then I can triple tap my power button and then I can switch between red and not red, depending on the time of day. So that's another tip that I recommend you implement. So this strategy of using two phones has really improved my productivity and helps me get a lot more done. I know it's a bit unorthodox and you might think like, that's strange, right? Like the solution to being addicted to your phone is to use another phone. I know it sounds dumb, but it's actually very effective and I suggest you try it. And I don't want you going out there buying another, $800 iPhone. Just, if you have an old phone lying around, I'm sure everyone has an old phone lying around, just use that. And that can be your morning, gym, and night phone. I hope that I got my points across properly and you learned something from this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.